I, 21F, have a really good friend I consider as a brother. Let's call him Theo, 21M. He has a girlfriend we will call Alexa, 20F, and they have been dating for 4 years now. For context, Theo has always had the reputation of the bad boy heartthrob, and we met in college. Girls usually throw themselves at him, and he usually does not set boundaries with them, which is something that I personally think is a red flag, but I kept that to myself. When I met him, he flirted with me and I pushed him away because he's not my type, and I also figured he had a long-distance girlfriend whom he introduced me to a while ago. I thought he was a POS for that, but with time, I gave him a chance as a friend and we became really close at some point. Alexa and I also got along really good, and I genuinely love that girl. She's beautiful both in and out. Before I met Theo, he and Alexa had gotten in a really bad fight about a rumor of him cheating. Separated for 4 months, but she ended up taking him back. Their past is none of business, and watching them together now was really nice, so I genuinely thought they were going to get engaged at some point. However, I still see a lot of Theo's red flags and have caught him flirting with a lot of girls on campus. I say it's none of my business and go on about my day. Then, a few months ago, Theo told me he had been ghosting Alexa for 5 days because he had no energy to talk to her. Theo is someone who keeps to himself when he has issues, and Alexa likes to talk it out. He said that Alexa wasn't giving him space, despite them being in an LDR. On the same day, he confessed to me that he had a crush on a mutual friend of ours. Let's call her Abby, 21F. I could tell that Abby also had a crush on Theo, and I was very sad about it because I really liked Alexa. Alexa and I had spoken a few times before, and we had become friends too, so I just texted her to ask if she's okay. She started crying and opening up about her relationship with Theo. I stayed quiet about whatever Theo was doing in college, but a few days later she texted me, letting me that she was going to break up with him. She told me it wasn't the first time Theo did this, and she was sick of him. I agreed with her decision, despite feeling bad for Theo cause he's still my friend. We talked some more, and she told me that his inability to set boundaries with his other girlfriends pisses her off, but she's never had this issue with me because I have always set clear boundaries with Theo. I listened to her rant some more whilst preparing to go to the club with my friends the same night. That night, I got shit-faced during the pregame, but I remember seeing Theo and Abby getting really close to each other. Even my sober friends pointed it out, and I drunkenly cursed at him for doing that to Alexa. Abby just looked at me and kept on touching his face. I was mad but too drunk to say more, so I just passed out after clubbing. The following day, Theo came to my place and admitted that he and Abby went back home together. Apparently they didn't hook up cause Theo told me that they only watched movies and slept. You see, personally I still wouldn't take that. I lost respect for both Theo and Abby, and when Alexa texted me again, I told her to be careful about Theo and Abby. I didn't tell her what they did, but I just told her to watch out. After that, they got in a big fight, broke up, and Theo stopped hanging out with me that much. I didn't care because for me, cheating is cheating. We were still friends, but I couldn't look at him the same. You think the story ends here, but nope, it's only just begun. A month later, they got back together, and Alexa came to visit Theo on campus. I felt a bit guilty about their previous breakup, cause I felt like I played a part in it. I stayed away from both of them, but we were all still friends, so we did see each other a handful of times. None of them brought up what happened earlier, and Theo and Abby were also distanced from each other. After Alexa went back home, a new girl came to uni. Let's name her Chels. Well, she's very beautiful but unfriendly as fuck, so I never bothered myself with her. Until Theo announces that he has a crush on her. I was like, whatever bro, you do you. During Halloween I got shit-faced at a party again and had a heart-to-heart with Theo. He told me he was on a break with Alexa and he was having some issues. He saw Chels as a getaway and they got close. They flirted with each all night and went clubbing together. I just went back home and ignored everything. Last week, Alexa texted me again and she brought up what happened earlier. She thanked me for looking out for her, and I told her it was the very least I could do as I hated watching girls make a fool out of themselves with their shitty boyfriends. She deserves so much more, and I let her know that. Then she started crying again. She looked messy as hell, and she had even lost weight since Theo and her fought and went on a break. This time she told me she was done with him and asked me to be brutally honest with her. I told her I don't believe her cause they will end up getting back to each other, and I don't want to be the villain. But she cried so much and told me she found out what happened earlier. Another mutual friend of ours told her about Theo and Abby, and she wanted to hear the whole truth from me because she trusts me. I told her to ask Theo cause him and I aren't close anymore. However, she kept on begging, and right at that moment I saw Theo and Chels all dressed up and going out together cause Theo and I are neighbors. I ended up cracking and telling her everything as it happened, not hiding stuff to protect Theo anymore. She was devastated and confronted him about it, but he denied it all. At that moment, I said no thanks to the drama cause I had exams. I wished Alexa good luck, told her I always had her back, but I do not wish to associate myself with Theo again. Theo didn't speak to me since that day. We never confronted each other, but Alexa and I still talk about life and regular stuff. Today Theo texted me the classic "we need to talk," and I know it's gonna be about Alexa. Before talking to him, I just want to know, was I the a-hole here?